Thank you for joining me today, Zarnaz. I wanted to ask your experience of the Practitioner Profit Program because to me, one, you've been with the program since the inception, and two, um, what I see you doing with your practice and with your growth and with your own health is everything I hoped that the program would provide and allow support for. But let's just back up just a little bit. If you want to share a little bit about yourself, and you were dealing with chronic illness in your own life as well when you started this practitioner program. So, can you talk a little bit about how that maybe has helped you with your personal path in your health?
Sure. So I started the program, it was about a year and a half ago. And I would say I was like somewhere in the midpoint of my healing. And I had, gosh, a lot of fatigue still. Like fatigue was my big symptom I was dealing with, a lot of body aches, and still a lot left to learn. I mean, I'm still learning now, but the practitioner program came in and let me go a lot deeper into my own journey. Because I think what makes a good practitioner is somebody who really gets into kind of the nuts and bolts of what their healing journey is about. And I think not only did kind of the program help me understand the physical more, but it really propelled me into thinking so much broader. I mean, and that was already in me, but the mental, emotional, and spiritual parts, and the opportunity to come into this. I mean, it's like a sacred space when we all come together and do the practitioner calls, and really able to deep dive in some of these pieces into my own healing, into other people's healings, and it's really pushed me into some really miraculous healing that's happened in my journey since then. So, um, yeah, it's been incredible. I mean, I can't even say enough about it. And I really appreciate you, Judy, because you're really able to talk about anything and open to anything, and so patient with all of us in our journeys, and willing to like ask questions and to challenge us in a really like loving way to think bigger. Um, and so many aha moments have opened up for me. And obviously, like learning how to track my own healing has been quite fun. And um, it's just, I understand so much more about everything that's happening in my body.
I really appreciate you sharing that because that's what I'm noticing with you is that it's interesting too, because I'm watching how you personally, your healing is evolving and it's making space for the next piece of it, right? Which is you reaching out or you being available to help others to do the same things that you've done.
Right.
So beautiful.
Yeah. And I think it was so interesting is so when I started the program, I mean, it was all in divine timing, right? Because I was like, oh, is Judy going to do a program? And I asked you, and you said, yeah, next week we're starting. And I said, oh, great. And I was like, okay, now I need a client. And a friend of mine showed up and said, can I be your client? And I was like, oh, okay. And that's really like how the whole time it's rolled. Like the more I heal, the more clients are coming in. And then that pushes me to want to heal more and then more clients come in. So it's been quite beautiful, and I mean, I know I'm doing the right thing because the universe is aligning with me. And some of my earlier clients were like um simpler cases, and I think that was like what I needed in the beginning. And I've grown as a practitioner, my clients have gotten more complex. Like some of the cases are more complex, and I'm able to work with that, and show up with whatever is going on. So I guess, yeah, as I've gotten more comfortable with my own healing, I can take on more and more.
That's all we can ask for,
Right,
right?
right.
Yeah.
And and can I say something else, Judy? Because
Yes, please.
what I think is really cool about the practitioner program is, well, Judy got us all doing the work, and it's so, and the work is by Byron Katie, and Judy can talk about that more, but it it forces us to look deeper into our beliefs, and it teaches us about embodiment and really expanding our awareness. And Judy brought that to the practitioner program, not only to help us heal ourselves in our own process, but also like clients are going to trigger us, right? And so now like I have all these tools, and I'm like, okay, I know that that's part of the process, and I know that as things come up with my clients that are going to trigger me, that I get to work on that, and that now it's an opportunity for me. And Judy helped me see that really clearly. And obviously, I know there's a lot more work that I'll do in that area, but I know how to do it.
Yeah.
And I also know Judy is a resource I can come to anytime. And she's always been there for me, always showed up, always willing to support, beyond any other teacher, practitioner, mentor that I've ever had. So I couldn't recommend this training more.
You're going to make me cry. You
Me too.
have done other, yeah, I know. You have done other trainings though, correct?
Yeah, I was trained as a health coach years before. And I mean, I've worked in public health for years. So, and I've done 2 different yoga trainings. And what I love about this training is, well, you can come and stay in it as long as you need to.
Yeah.
Because, in the beginning it was meant to be a few months, and then I think we all realize it needs to be longer because there's so many pieces to learning to be a good practitioner. And I mean, I've been in a year and a half, and my needs have shifted, but every single call, I learn a lot, and I'm always asking questions. And because Judy knows I probably ask more questions than anyone else on those calls, and I
Yeah.
always show up, and I get so much out of it because I'm so invested not only in my process but also in building my practice. So you get out of it what you put in, and I've put in a lot, and I've gotten out of it a lot. And Judy's always willing to answer my questions. Um, yeah.
There's so much to being a practitioner. When you think about it, especially when you start out, you're doing it all. You're wearing all the hats.
Mhm.
So the practitioner program is designed to help you wear all those hats too. And there's pieces that you need to move outside of to maybe establish a little deeper, but all the hats are covered. We want to make sure that you understand marketing. We want to make sure that you understand the information. We want to make sure that you understand the client or the practitioner client relationship, and then how to make sure that you look after yourself through your boundaries. And what else, I want to share and be transparent in the practitioner program so that you don't have to um, run up against the wall in
Mhm.
some areas of it, like I did or like I have in the past. I've been a practitioner forever, one way or another. So it's a matter of making sure that you have all of my experience and whatever way it can benefit you. But um, it's going good with your practice now. Like, are you feeling like it's growing and establishing in a way that you want it to?
Yeah, I mean, it's going great. Yeah, I mean, I wanted to say to what you just said that Judy really helped me hit the ground running because I just had all these pieces that Judy made available that I could make my own and use as my own. So anytime I had downtime, that I was always working on those pieces. And so when my clients start with me, they get a lot from me. Um, and it makes a difference. Like the resources I give them, the intuitive testing I give them. I mean, that helps so much that it's such an amazing tool to offer. Um, yeah, and my practice has grown quite a bit. I mean, I'm quite vocal about my healing journey on Instagram, and clients just come in. I mean, I just signed another client this morning, and you know, I I haven't really been advertising for the last couple of months, and my practice has doubled all of a sudden. So in the last couple months. So it's just, I mean, I do the meditation that you put on your practitioner program to visualize and bring in the clients. And I'm always sharing really about my healing journey and what I'm learning, what I'm doing. And I just let people know that I offer this. And it's not like, I'm not doing like hardcore marketing. People just come to me. And I think that I learned that from you because um, I feel like you're so aligned with your purpose and what you're doing is such it's such a big value to people that the universe just keeps guiding people to you, and obviously you're getting a lot of referrals, and the universe will work in all these kinds of ways to bring the right clients to you. And so I just keep trusting that my business is going to grow with me, and it does, and it has, and I have to keep trusting that process, because if my business doubled again, I'd probably be really overwhelmed right now, but I could handle it when it happened because it was right when my energy like doubled. So it's working out.
That's exciting. That's
Yeah.
so exciting because that's how it's supposed to work, right? I
Mhm.
don't teach aggressive marketing.
Mm-mm.
I teach creating space for it and getting clear about who you want to work with, and then how to work with that word of mouth, and how to work with asking, asking existing clients, or asking outside of yourself, or asking to support people. Essentially, that's all we really do, right? And there's lots of different versions, but when we engage all the aspects, it comes together exactly how it's supposed to. Is there anything that you would want them to know if they were considering doing this program themselves?
Well, first of all, Judy is an amazing practitioner and an amazing human being and an amazing teacher and mentor. Um, I don't like I don't think I've ever had anybody like you before. And I think I don't think there's any other practitioners, and I know this I know there's other practitioner trainings that I've been told by people that have done both that yours is so much deeper, so much, just we're getting so much more out of it. And to me, it's meant that I can go so much deeper with my clients. Um, and so I would say Judy's gonna show you how to be the most incredible practitioner you can be. Obviously, you're gonna take your own gifts and your own way of doing it, but Judy models it in such a beautiful way that, like on every level, on the physical aspects. I mean, I don't know anybody who knows more than Judy about the physical body, on the mental, on the emotional, and on the spiritual, on the business side, on on the learning, tapping into your own intuition. I mean, that's been incredible for me. I mean, I've always been very intuitive, but learning how to do these energy readings has really opened my intuition up, and it's opening me up more and more, and it's teaching me about neutrality. I mean, Judy's always questioning us, and trying to help us. She's all about non-duality. You're all about non-duality, and really helping us see things in a different way. Um, Honestly, like if you want like the real stuff and you really want to learn about yourself and you really want to be the most incredible practitioner, this is an incredible program. And it doesn't matter where you are, because some of the practitioners in our program are like 20, 30 years into their careers and they're still learning from Judy. and and we all share. I learn also from the other practitioners. So it's really just a really beautiful community that, I mean, it's helped me get through my healing process personally, like to have this group, this touch point every week. Um, and Judy stays on those calls sometimes for a long time and always willing to finish answering her question. So,
Whatever it takes.
right. Yeah, I don't know. It's like the best training I've ever done. And I know like one day I won't need it anymore, but it makes me sad to think I might not need it because I really love it. And I was actually thinking about this morning that I know I could come back whenever I needed to because I'm sure there's going to be times where I don't know, like I just need the group to kind of talk to and help me through things. Um, but yeah, I just know that that resource is there for me no matter what. And I'm having fun with it. I think that's the other piece. It's fun. Like, I mean, I love to talk about things. I love to learn. I love immersing myself in this information. So why not? If you want to be like the best practitioner you could possibly be. And this is, I mean, in my mind, this is like one stepping stone to all the other pieces I'm going to keep learning throughout my journey to become a better practitioner. And Judy's modeled that for me. So I understand what a good practitioner is. And the other piece that Judy is really incredible with is the way that she works as a practitioner in this training or even with your clients is you really want people to become empowered so that they don't need you anymore. And that's such a great model and that's why I just said what I did, because one day I won't need anymore. But it's such a beautiful way to practice. And that's the way I practice with my clients. And my clients love it. Like, of course I don't want them I want them to heal. So,
Exactly.
right? So it's just a different way to think about what does a practitioner do, what's their role, and what are they offering? And it's just challenged me to think in such a more creative way than I could have ever possibly, just like with my health coaching training. This has just taken me far, far beyond.
Good. I love to hear that because if we're going to do this, one, let's have fun. Two, let's have such a solid foundation that whatever we want to bring into it or however our practices are going to evolve, it's going to support that, right? And I have to tell you that the network that we have, I am forever grateful for the rest of our lives, working or not, because we have, and we love, um, it's so beautiful because I watch you now supporting other individuals coming into the program that's going to solidify your learning and your understanding and everything. So we become the teachers in the program as well, which is beautiful. And I become the student, which is another piece that's really important to me because
Mhm.
I like being part of this network too. And like I say, forever, working or not, which is beautiful. Thank you. Thank you very much. Um, I so appreciate you. I really do. And keep asking those questions because it brings up such great conversation and everybody benefits from it on an ongoing basis. So it's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Thank you, Zarnaz.
Thanks, Judy.